Bezrat Hashem, the Gemara this morning, Pessachim, page 64b. The Gemara this morning wants to teach us one of the miracles that happen in the temple. As you know, every day, no exception, there were 10 miracles happening in the temple. And if you look at Pirkei Avot, the Mishnah over there enumerates all the miracles. There was never flies in the Bet HaMikdash. As much there was blood and there was meat, and usually when there's blood and meat you have flies, never you have flies over there, right? They always found space over there. As many people that came, thousands and thousands of people have came, and the place was not so huge, and still no one complained he's squished, that he's bothered, or he cannot bow down. Everybody found their place. There was never snakes biting in Jerusalem. There's 10 miracles, right? One of the things the Mishnah is going to teach us, the Gemara is going to teach us today, is about the Korban Pesach. As you know, Amar Rabbi Yitzchak, En HaPesach nishchat ela b'shalosh kitot. When you come to sacrifice the Korban Pesach, right? Erev Pesach, you bring your sacrifice, right? You have to come into the temple in 3 groups. Now, how do you divide the people in 3 groups? How many people come, right? We're going to see soon. There was sometimes millions of people used to come. Sometimes it's thousands. But how do you know where to divide, right? How do you divide it? Do you have a counter in your hand and you count but you cannot know how many people is outside, so divide it in 3. So there's a discussion over here in the Gemara. How was it done? Tanu Rabbanan, Tnan Rava Amar, No'alim. The Kohanim would let people in, and at a certain point they would decide, it's too much. They would close the door. That would be first group. Then they'll open the doors, people will come out. Again, a second group will come in, people will come in. The Kohanim close the door, and then whatever is left is going to be the third group. So this is according to Rava. Abaye says, no, there was a miracle. People would come in, and the miracle was that the doors closed by themselves. When the first group finished the Korban Pesach, the doors would open, people will come out. Again, people would walk in and the doors were closed by themselves a second time. And then when the door is open and the second group goes out, the third group would come in. So means this is one of the miracles that happen in the temple, that the doors closed by themselves, dividing the whole nation into 3 groups. Now, as we said, there was never a fixed number of Jews coming to the temple. Sometimes you can have a few thousands, and sometimes you can have 1 million. So the Gemara is Tanu Rabbanan. The Gemara is teaching us, our sages tell us, there was a king named Agrippas. Agrippas HaMelech bikesh liten enav b'uchlusei Israel. He wanted to count the Jews that they were in Eretz Israel at that time. Amar le Kohen Gadol. So he told the big priest, the Kohen Gadol, please, 10 enecha Pessachim. Count me how many sacrifices you would do that day, right? Natal kulia mikol achad. So what did he do? He took 1 kidney from each sacrifice. So the Gemara says it's impossible because the Korban Pesach has to be roasted whole. The whole thing has to be roasted. They cannot take anything out of the sacrifice, right? So how can we take a kidney? So the Gemara says, no, basically he didn't take a kidney. He took a kidney as a collateral, and he told the person, do you want your korban to be kosher? So you give me something, and people will give either a piece of, either a rock, a small pebble, they would give a coin, and then they would count it at the end. Says the Gemara, at the end, when they counted all the objects given to the Kohen Gadol, the king Agrippas found Nimtzu Sham Shishim Ribo Zuge Klayot. They found over there 600,000 Zuge Klayot, pairs of kidneys, right? Kiflaim Kiyotze Mitzrayim, twice, right, as the people coming out of Egypt. So you have 600,000 pairs of kidneys, right? So that's 1,200,000 kidneys. But again, they didn't keep the kidneys, they gave them back, but people gave objects. Says the Gemara, but you should know one thing. When somebody brings a Korban Pesach to the temple, he's just a messenger. The Pesach Nechal, the Pesach is eaten in a group. How many people, the minimum people counted in a group of Korban Pesach, right? Lo nimnu alav yoter ma'asara bnei adam. Not more than 10 people. So, if you have 10 people and you have 1,200,000 sacrifices, so it comes out in that time in Israel, at the time of the King Agrippas, there was 12 million Jews just in Israel, right? והיו קוראים אותו פסח מרובים. This is the Pesach that we found the most Jews in Eretz Israel, right? And today in the world, how much are we? We are only 15 millions. It's true that our nation went to a terrible incident of the Shoah, right? Of the Holocaust, right? But still, only then there were 12 million Jews. So imagine how many Jews we would have been today, right? So basically, the Jews are never counted by number. They are counted by the quality. When Hashem promised Avraham, your descendants is going to be like the stars in the heavens, what does it mean? The same way as the stars are big, right? Some planets up there are bigger than the sun. The sun is a huge planet, but some planets are 7 times and 10 times and much more times bigger than the sun. So is a Jew. It's not the numbers, it's the quality of the Jews, right? And even though today we're only close to 15 million Jews around the world, would have been much more. Each Jew is a precious neshama. So that's why we should respect each other. We should love each other. We should give importance to each other, because each one of us is a world by himself. But to tell you, right, that as many Jews as you will find in the world, they'll always shine and bring light to the whole world. I wish you a great day. Amen v'amen.